morning. Thank you, Dennis, for welcoming us appropriately to this amazing day and recognizing the natives of this amazing country in which we have the pleasure of living in. Again, Elliot Ferguson, President and CEO of Destination DC, and it's a pleasure to be here at the National Museum of the American Indian this morning. Now, this museum is really special to me because I moved here in December 2001, which is a pivotal time for us as a destination and an industry as we were trying to find our way back after the unfortunate events of 9/11. But the thing I remember, because I live on Capitol Hill, is riding by and watching this museum being built. So I take personal pride in it because it's kind of like the first museum that opened on the mall after I moved here. And it is very fitting that we're here today for so many different reasons. Now, today we're here to celebrate recovery. And recovery means different things to different people. But for us as an industry, it means the economic impact of tourism and conventions on Washington as a destination. And as I was sitting here talking to the mayor, talking to Jeff, talking to Alex, and Deputy Mayor Nina Albert, today is a good news day for us because we have amazing information to share with you. Today, I'm pleased to announce that in 2023, Washington, D.C. welcomed a record attendance of visitors to the tune of 26 million visitors to Washington. And this is big news for so many reasons. Not only does it surpass our visitation before the pandemic, but it's 17% more in terms of visitation than we had in Washington over last year, which is about over 4 million additional visitors to the city. So, thank you for that one person clapping. So, Destination DC, what do? Don't people automatically come to Washington because we're a great destination? Yes. However, like in any major organization, it's what you do to bring additional visitors that have a larger impact on Washington as a destination. And that's our goal. It's how do we bring those visitors to the city that will stay longer and spend more. And for us, yes, we love domestic visitation. Right after the pandemic, we were fortunate to see people from the area coming back to Washington and filling hotels. But selfishly, as we talk about economic impact and development, we do focus on the international market. They stay longer, they spend more, and we want them back. And as we talk about the international market, domestic market, and meetings, the reality is things are moving in the right direction for a lot of reasons. One, because Washington is a great destination, thanks to the mayor. Say thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Madam Mayor. And also, because of the efforts of City Council and the mayor to make sure that Destination DC had the additional dollars coming out of the pandemic to promote our destination internationally. Because it's a big deal. Every major city, every major country is doing the same thing, going after international visitors. So it's important that we remain very focused on bringing visitors to our city, enjoying Washington and the region, and being able to bring those economic dollars to our city as a whole. Now, as I said, we don't do what we do without major support from elected officials. And clearly, as the mayor has made it a priority to be here for so many years, she gets the importance of the hospitality industry as a whole. I love the fact that not only the mayor, but the deputy mayor, Nina Albert, have embraced the There's Only One DC campaign, which is our current campaign, which we announced last year. Yes, a round of applause for that. And it's really resonating with visitors that are looking at coming to Washington, D.C., and giving us a chance to focus on what makes us different as a destination. And the mayor's been an incredible partner of ours in terms of traveling globally and supporting our efforts to bring meetings to Washington as a whole. She really gets us. And it's my pleasure to welcome her to the podium as she announces some other amazing and incredible news with you all. Please give a round of applause to Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Well, that is exciting. Those are exciting numbers, Elliot, and I want to give you and your entire team at Destination DC a big round of applause, because it is a fact that that type of visitation, in that increase in visitation, doesn't happen by accident, but by very concerted efforts on the part of our hospitality organizations, Destination DC, Events DC, all of our hotel partners, restaurants, all of our entertainment partners, and of course, our beautiful resources on the National Mall, including the Smithsonian Institution. So please give a round of applause to all of our partners. I too want to recognize the U.S. Travel Association, who joins us, who advocates for visitation to the United States, for all of their support in embracing Washington, D.C., and you'll hear from them shortly. We are just absolutely thrilled to be here at the National Museum of the American Indian, and I want to thank Cynthia Chavez Lamar for inviting us to this beautiful location. Isn't it lovely? Please acknowledge and appreciate Director Lamar. They are celebrating their 20th anniversary. That's wonderful, right? And we can see just from the introduction we had that there is a lot to learn. So if you haven't had a chance to visit the Museum of the American Indian, I'm willing to bet that the 20th anniversary year is an even more special presentation of our history. It's an iconic destination, an institution that we're proud to have here in Washington, D.C., literally in the shadow of the United States Capitol along our beautiful National Mall. And for people visiting Washington, D.C., their trip, we know, will be fun and a fulfilling experience. I say frequently because sometimes we have a lot of fun when we're talking about tourism, don't we? But it's not all fun and games. We take it very seriously. We invest in it, and it's critical to our economy in Washington, D.C. So when I was briefed on the record-breaking numbers, 26 million visitors, that's a big deal. A 16% increase in 1 year. That's a huge deal. And what it also represents is how we continue to invest in our city and how people are employed. I learned this lesson a long time ago, that the hospitality industry employs real Washingtonians, real Americans. They pay good wages where people are able to invest in their families. Isn't that what an industry should be all about? And so this year, we've broken an additional 2 records. $10.2 billion in visitor spending and 102,366 local jobs. So our investments, including the Tourism Recovery Fund, that Destination DC is investing in attracting even more domestic travelers and international travelers, has been a huge success. And so not only did we set out to recover to pre-pandemic levels, but to exceed them. And we are well on that track. The other thing that is so important to us in destinations is to make sure there's always something new. And so when you come to Washington, D.C., you will be able to see new hotel offerings, more restaurants, and you can expect even more large events and gatherings. My budget, for example, invests in how the city can partner with organizations to bring those large events. You may have heard that next year we are the location for the World Pride event right in Washington, D.C. So we're looking forward to seeing you for short trips, medium trips, long trips. Come and stay a while, visit our hotels, our restaurants, But please, I also ask you to visit our neighborhoods, meet our people, and see how truly special Washington, D.C. is, because there's only one Washington, D.C. Thank you, guys.